Alex Jones and Laura Loomer are at each other's throats after Laura Loomer dropped a pretty bombshell the other day. She is claiming that she was the one that told Alex Jones to go after Candace Owens. Now, let's just backtrack here a little bit. A couple of days ago, Alex Jones said that he was going to drop a report against Candace Owens. This came after Candace Owens interviewed a gentleman on her show who goes by Mitch, who said that he believed that he saw Erica Kirk and two other gentlemen, one of them being a Congress member, at Fort Wachua, hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, that he was 90 to 95% certain that he saw them there. After that interview, number of people have been going after Candace since then, saying that they do not believe this gentleman's story. I don't know the guy, but there were things that have come out about him saying that he was a domestic abuser, that he's a con artist, etc. So let's go back to that part where Alex Jones responded to those who came after him after he decided to drop said report. MAGA Kitty shared this here. A fiery Alex Jones claps back at Candace Owens and her minions over her Charlie Kirk reporting. So this is his response to people after he dropped that report. Listen to this.
But everybody keeps asking me to look into this. Everybody keeps saying, oh, you need to look into these things. So I went and looked at it. It's total horse crap. And then Candace turns around and says, oh, I've shown I'm compromised. I've shown who oh, really? Who do I work for, lady? Did you come out and break the story that Cash Patel ordered a cover-up of foreign and domestic killing of Kirk? Have you been hammering it every day? Did what you say, was it exactly true inside the White House? No. Because you're not real. So I welcome all of your minions attacking me. I love it. Because I'm Alexander Emmerich Jones. And I know how to research, and I've got the sources, and I tell the truth.
Now, let's all remember this comes after Alex Jones said that he stood with Candace. When Candace first started looking into Charlie Kirk's assassination, he made a public statement on his show that he supported her, that he stood with her. And then all of a sudden things started to change. Now, this comes after Tim Pool came after her. Of course, Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire peeps going after her. There have been a number of conservative voices that have been attacking her the further and further she digs into Charlie Kirk's assassination. But then the last one to turn, which I think shocked some people, was Alex Jones, because Alex Jones, of all people, has been called all different types of things, right? Like people called him conspiracy nut, a wacko, a crazy, a loony, all those types of things. And now he's saying that about someone else. So it's comical to me that him of all people is the one to say that someone has gone too far and it's conspiratorial, etc.
And I'm not going to have the murder of Charlie Kirk hung around Trump's neck when it's obviously a deep state operation. And I'm not going to have a bunch of innocent people implicated in something with ridiculous, flimsy, easily disproven crap. And then you think I'm going to just sit here and go, oh, well, this is popular with people, so I'm just going to go along with this delusion. I've never done that. I've been accused of that by the Democrats. I'm not the conspiracy theorist. I'm an analyst. I'm a futurist. I'm a pioneer. I'm a researcher. I'm an American. I'm a Texan. I'm a father. I'm a Christian. And I will not sit here and lie to my audience and go along with a bunch of horse crap. Cash Patel ordered investigation shut down into foreign involvement that they confirmed killing him. We need to know what that information is.
Notice how he'll call out anyone except for Donald Trump. So this is something that needs to be said. Alex Jones still heavily supports Donald Trump to this day. Candace Owens has come out against Donald Trump and his policies. And she said, I think a couple of months ago that she is no longer MAGA because this is not what she signed up for. And the story goes on and on. But Alex Jones, till this day, is still very much pro-Israel, still very much supports Donald Trump and his agenda. And that's something, there's something to be said about that, right? Because Candace has taken a different path. Would she have taken that path if it was not for the firing at the Daily Wire? We may never know. because she was already kind of diving into the Israel thing when she was still a part of the Daily Wire. Remember, she interviewed Norm Finkelstein on Daily Wire. Remember, she had that debate with the rabbi on the Daily Wire. So she was already digging into those things before she was removed from the Daily Wire. But I think this is really showing something. And when I told you guys a couple of days ago that a call went out to Alex Jones for him to flip like that, this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about a couple of days ago when we mentioned the Gangsta Paradise, not just the song, but also the Gangsta Paradise in reference to the wealthy, powerful people. We're not talking about like Crips and Bloods and Hell's Angels. I'm talking about people who have immense wealth and power that are running the show and calling the shots. And so Alex Jones isn't wanting to criticize Donald Trump. Donald Trump is one of those people. He's a billionaire. He's wealthy. He's powerful. He doesn't want to go down that lane. And I think that's what some of this is really about. I don't think it's just about Charlie Kirk. I think it's about the criticism of Donald Trump, the split that's happening within the Republican Party over the Israel issue. And I feel like, well, who to tap on the shoulder? But next, let's tap on Alex Jones. If we can get Alex Jones to flip, if we can get him to turn on her and call her out, then everything's going to be great. And we'll get this MAGA movement right back on track and get people right in order and in line supporting Trump and Israel. So it's interesting how things are changing.
To bring those to justice and stop this. But what do I get from her and her camp? I'm trying to cover up the killers. No, you created fake rabbit trails into total horse manure to shoot up smoke screens. But I see through your smoke.
Okay. So he was not happy, of course, with Candace's viewers that came after him. But this is the bombshell that dropped the other day. This statement here from Laura Loomer: I am proud to say that I'm responsible for Alex Jones seeing the light as it pertains to how malicious and insane Candace has become. A couple of weeks ago, Alex Jones and I had a very long private conversation about some bad actors in the woke right. And Alex told me he was starting to come around to what I've been saying for the last 2 years. Eventually, more people will wake up to this psyop. So does everybody see what's happening here? Laura Loomer, Looney Loomer, she's wild, she's crazy. Even her own father said that she's not mentally stable. She has a seat at the Pentagon. She is listed as one of the journalists that is allowed to report at the Pentagon. This is someone who has direct access to people in immense power. She has a close relationship to people like that, and of course to the Donald Trump administration. This is important for people to understand. At one point, Candace had that too, but it seems as though not so much anymore since she's decided to take, a different path. So this is something I want people to understand. When I talk about the Gangsta Paradise, Laura Loomer isn't just making these decisions on her own. I believe there is someone tapping her on her shoulder, whether it's Benjamin Netanyahu, who she 100% supports, whether it's Donald Trump or someone from the Trump administration, which she, again, wholeheartedly supports. She is also a puppet, a crazy one, but also a puppet. So she put this out and people were not happy about that. So I do want to show you something that Alex Jones posted. He said, it's all coming out and Candace Owens doesn't care that she has accused a bunch of innocent people with ironclad alibis of being in a conspiracy against Charlie Kirk's life. So this is all over the holiday, right? 1 second. Sorry, I had to clear my throat. This is all over the holiday that this was taking place. And when a lot of, Candace is on break, a lot of us are on break. I'm technically on break too. I'm not live streaming, but I'm just, recording videos. But the thing is this. He is sharing this video here. And this video is from the Valhalla channel, which apparently, people are upset with them as well. Now, apparently it says here, let me just go ahead and share this. Candace encouraged her audience to raise $138,000 on Give, Send, Go for him. So they are not fond of this Mitch character. So again, it all goes back to Mitch. It all goes back to the guest that Candace had on her show fairly recently. And so everything's coming out. Now Laura Loomer is saying, this is interesting. I'm not sure why Alex Jones is upset with what I posted. I genuinely meant it. I really enjoyed our conversation a couple of weeks ago about many people in the woke right. We talked about who is a possible Fed, who is paid by Muslims, and who is lying to be malicious. I shared my thoughts with Alex, and he shared his with me. It was a very nice conversation. Alex Jones issued a response to Laura Loomer after she posted that statement that she was the one that basically tapped Alex Jones on the shoulder. I'm going to show you what he said in just a second. And so now they're like button heads with each other. I'm trying not to create a stunt or manipulate anything. I was genuinely happy to see Alex call Candace Owens out. Obviously, I don't want to portray anybody's confidence because it was a private conversation. But during my call with Alex Jones, I made it very clear that I believe Candace is deliberately lying in an effort to destroy Turning Point. And I provided Alex with many examples. I also told him who I believe is getting paid by Islamic governments to disrupt our country and promote Islamic immigration and the fake concept of a Christian-Muslim alliance. This is the problem with everybody wanting to be friends with each other. How are we supposed to speak freely and hold each other accountable if everybody wants to be friends? I have 4 dogs. I don't need to worry about people not wanting to be my friend. This is about moral clarity. I gave Alex a compliment for expressing some moral clarity as it pertains to calling out Candace, but he has decided to say my compliment and commentary about our phone conversation is a stunt. There's nothing to gain from this. I'm just glad everybody is waking up to the psyop of the woke right. Woof, woof. So first of all, a private conversation that she had with him, right? It was private. Maybe he didn't want people to know about that private conversation. Did Laura Loomer reach out to Alex Jones before she decided to say that? No, obviously not. That's why he's pissed off. She went on to say here, it is a compliment. What's self-serving about it? Why should I worry about how what I say impacts other people's fake friendships? Why would I want to be friends with someone who's a pathological liar? I publicly complimented Alex Jones, someone who I've known for years, on finally seeing the light as it pertains to Candace and her sociopathy. I am genuinely happy he started to investigate her more after our conversation. I hope he investigates the other people we discussed as well. Like I said, more people will eventually wake up to this psyop. May 2026 be the year of judiciously using the word friend as we exercise moral clarity and pureness of intent. May 2026 be the year of truth. And that was her responding to Naomi here, who said the compliment you gave him was self-serving claim. So let's listen to his response, because he did respond to Laura Loomer.
All right, folks, Merry Christmas. Christmas Day 2025. Hard to believe the year is almost over. I am shooting this live feed right now to update you on some big stuff coming out tomorrow, and some of the other big stories we're working on, and also to address Laura Loomer and something that she put out on X last night that is not correct. But first off, I have not been going after Candace Owens to be part of a publicity stunt or infighting like all these other people do. I've been on here 31 years. It's not what I do. I saw the incredible stuff that she and her people were saying. I've always liked her, so I said, I better check this. And I went sort of checking into it, and it just went from bad to worse. And then I nicely came out and said, hey, I've got concerns on this and that. And her surrogates and a bunch of people, and now her, basically said that, I'm a terrible person, and this just shows who I am. Well, I've been proven right on the 2 things I have concerns about. A, I know that there's a cover-up in Charlie Kirk. So everybody investigating that's great, so am I. I broke on September 16th at Cash Patel in a cabinet meeting, yelled at Tulsi Gabbard and said, I don't want to hear about foreign involvement or any of its accomplices. That was confirmed a month later, and Gabbard's talked about it. So I'm the first on that. So people build a straw man that I'm not trying to investigate what happened. I just have not seen the evidence that TPUSA killed him, and all the supposed theories about this person shot him and that person shot him and this security guard shot him under the arm and this guy had a gun over here. Notice all that stuff's been moved on from. Okay, so I just think honing in on TPUSA is wrong. Did a foreign power, could Israel be involved? The British, did he stabilize the country? Absolutely. The Democrats that wanted him dead, said he'd be dead, celebrated him being dead. But I'll get into that later. The point is, I've known Candace Owens 10 years. Like her. She's in the promos for my show. She says nice things about me. And so I go and get the flight data stuff on these Egyptian planes, and most of it's incorrect, point it out, and I'm the bad guy. And then we start looking into this Mitch Snow guy, and immediately there's all these red flags everywhere. And there's Fort Huachuca, 12 colonels, and he starts adding new names, and later, Erica Kirk's there. And then we started getting the data on who he really was and his real name. It's coming out tomorrow. I'll let the investigators themselves bring it out. And it is so horrible. And I said he makes my skin crawl just at a visceral gut level.
But here's the problem, right? So I have seen some of these episodes from Candace. From what I gathered from it, she's trying to figure out what happened. I don't remember her saying that she's an expert or anything like that, but she's trying to get to the bottom of this, right? I don't know anyone at this present moment that believes the narrative that came from the FBI. And she was friends with him, so she wants to look into this a little bit deeper. So I think what I'm starting to notice is that some of the people like Alex Jones, who has decided to flip or whatever, it seems as though, like I said, a call went out. And what they're doing is they're pointing their fingers and they're saying, she got this wrong, she got this wrong, she got this wrong, she got this wrong. All these people know her. Like Alex Jones knows her. He could easily reach out to her, like behind the scenes or whatever. Maybe bring her on the show. I don't know. But I know that he knows her, right? It's the way that people are going about it. That's the thing. It's like, oh, well, let me see what she got wrong here. Let me see what. And she never said that she's positive or 100% sure. She's trying to figure this out along with her viewers. She has a tip line where she says people can send tips if need be. She's just trying to get to the bottom of it. And I think what people are doing, like what Alex Jones is doing, the way that they are going about it, it kind of feels as though oppish. It kind of feels as though it's done to try to take her down, to try to discredit her so that she can stop talking about this, so that she can stop looking into it. And she's not the only one. Like other podcasters have been looking into this as well, but she's the one with the largest platform that is looking into it. And I said, and I still believe that a call went out to certain podcasters like Alex Jones, like Tim Pool, to put a stop to this by any means necessary. It's just weird. Everybody's coming after her all at the same time. Now, listen, I have my criticisms of Candace Owens, some of her politics, some of her views, and I've talked about that multiple times before on the show. But I think it's kind of weird that it's like they're going out of their way. They're going out of their way to like, oh, we got to stop this and we got to disrupt this and we got to da-da-da-da. It just feels like op behavior. Let's continue. He'll get to the Laura Loomer part as well.
Oh, it's really crawling now. So I came out last week and I said, Candace, you got to get away from this. You're being set up. Maybe he's setting you up, because I've never seen stuff like this. And nope, I'm the bad guy, all the rest of this crap. So I got pissed off. All right. I mean, we need TPUSA. We need Candace Owens. We need all these people. And so I'm not against us questioning each other, but this just going on the warpath against each other is crazy. And then, oh, I got the call and all the rest of this crap. It's just pure bull. So then it's Christmas Eve. I'm with my parents, and I get this text message from Laura Loomer going, Merry Christmas, and a thing to X with her saying, I'm the one someone knows that convinced him to go after Candace Owens. She knew full well that would just inject herself in this controversy, stir it all up, and everybody will say she's my handler. That's what everybody's obsessed with. And pretty mean, pretty uncool. And that's just her nature. It's the way she is. I've known her for 10 years. I still see her as a friend, but I hold her at arm's length when she breaks a real news story about the latest attempt to have a coup in the Pentagon against Kesheev, which is real. And I had my own sources. I had her on. She started sending me all these text messages, but the Tucker's this and that. And so I called her up and I basically said, I don't think Tucker's bad. I don't think he works for Qatar. And she gave me this whole spiel about it. I didn't even remember her talking about Candace Owens.
I don't know why people continue to bring up Qatar, because that is Qatar is aligned with the United States. I don't know why people think this is a dig. But people continue to do that. Laura Loomer is a nut job. She really is. Like I told you guys, her father said she's not mentally stable. And what Alex is showing you here is that I picked up the phone. I called her. I told you all these people know each other. The same way he picked up the phone and he just called her and had a conversation with her. I don't know if he has Candace's number, but he knows her, right? So there's other ways to reach out to people instead of making these videos, because when you do it that way, when it's someone that you know personally and you make these videos and say, oh, this, and that, then it kind of looks as though you're trying to take them down. Whereas you could have just had a private conversation with them about this. That's what I think a lot of people are looking at. And so Laura Loomer comes out and she raises her hands in the air and she says, I'm the one. I'm the one, ladies and gentlemen. It was me who told Alex Jones to come after Candace Owens. And so that apparently pissed him off. And so he put out this video. It's just crazy, man.
So I even asked her in text messages today. I said, well, when did I even talk about Candace Owens? She said, you don't remember this and this? I'm like, whatever. So no, I didn't remember the conversation. Had nothing to do 5 weeks ago or whatever it was with me coming out and saying, man, Candace, there's an issue here. So I was concerned about the planes, but it's cut and dry. It is cut and dry with Mitch Snow. I mean, the congressman was there at 11 a.m. in the committee hearings. He didn't go into roll call till 2 something, but he's on the videos. It's all on record. That the head of TPUSA, he's on an airplane at 1:45. And they're like, well, he could have secretly got back from Machuca. No, folks, they're ready to release everything. Okay, but notice how they get accused. Just asking questions, but everybody's basically saying, planning a murder there. And then as the whole thing falls apart, we're the bad guys for pointing it out.
From what I saw, Amita was not available for every vote that day. From what I saw, Alex leaves that out.
And so it just continues on. Plus, I know how government hits work. I've studied history, interviewed many of the experts, including Fletcher Prouty, before he died. He was one of the top guys in it. You don't have 12 colonels and people the day before at a base, and the guy's wife's there, and the head of security's there. But that is just insane. Okay? So on its face, just look at the kook. And now we've learned about his rap sheet and his background, his real name, and they're going to have his kids on, adult children, about this guy. And his supposed military record, that's not even what he says. I mean, it is stolen valor. It is everything. It is crazy. You can make a movie about this guy. They have those famous movies about con artists and stuff. I mean, this is next level. And was he sent in to set up Candace? I don't know. I'm just telling you that I saw a bunch of you out there bend over backwards to cover this up, or say, oh, once the video came out of the congressman at 11 a.m. there, that's 8 a.m. Arizona time, when the meeting's supposedly happening at 7:30, so he teleported himself back. You guys are like, oh, that's fake video on C-SPAN. That's fake video on the congressional website. And people went and looked. They go, no, it's not. It's there. It's him. Just because he wasn't in the roll call, he was there doing stuff, waiting for the votes he wanted to be part of. And that's.
So this is the thing. I think people are blowing this out of proportion, because here's the thing. This guy who came on to Candace's show, he said he believed that he saw these individuals, Erica Kirk, Amita, and I forget the other guy's name, but he believed that he saw them there. When she asked him how sure he was, he said about 90 to 95%. Okay, so he's not 100% sure. He didn't say, I 100% saw these people at, Fort Huachuca. That's the part I think that people need to pay attention to. But because he said he believed he saw them at all, that's what a lot of people are focusing on. And my thing is that if they take issue with what he said and who he is, why aren't they reaching out to him? Why aren't they tagging him? They're coming after her when she just brought him on as a guest to get him to explain his story. So I think, and she made this public statement recently on Twitter. She said we cannot confirm that those are the people that he saw. She made that statement publicly, and Alex Jones made the video anyway. So it's very clear what this is all about.
Congressman Ahmadai, who just got put into this, has nothing to do with it. I mean, these are innocent people. So do I have questions about TPUSA? Do I like some of the way things have been handled? No. Should TPUSA be investigated? Absolutely. But I'm sitting here as a third party looking at this, and I go, everybody's asked me, look into the planes, look into this guy. So I go, look, and I'm like, holy hell, this is crazy. This is going to blow up in her face. I go, hey, you better look out. People go, ooh, that's a threat. No, he's saying, look out, I'm worried about you. That's concern. You guys just twist everything. And then I saw something really, really amazing last night. I saw, without even looking, all people I've known, interviewed several of them, going, Alex, you understand, it doesn't matter if Candace's information is right. We don't care. We hate TPUSA, and basically we're going to bring them down, and you just don't get it. And then I saw a couple more of them, and then people going, yeah, we don't care if it's true. And I was like, oh, you're not stupid. You're like Machiavelli now. Like, you think you're fighting evil, and so you think you can just make up whatever you want. Kind of like Laura Loomer.
No, Trump makes up whatever he wants to, right? So it's so obvious to me, like with Alex, like he doesn't want to really call out Donald Trump. That's what a lot of it comes down to. But the thing is honestly, I don't think everyone does care if it's true or not. I think people are disgusted by TPUSA. I think people are not happy with Erica Kirk. There's another story which I'm going to report on this weekend. The TPUSA and Erica have another problem that they need to be concerned about, which I'll get into. Should be able to have that up on Saturday. But people, I mean, at this point, people don't care. Like, I think at this point, people they see the organization for what it is. They don't trust Erica. They don't trust the organization, and they see what's happening. There are a number of people that said things about, like the whole Nicki Minaj thing, bringing Nicki Minaj out when Charlie Kirk was on record with public statements about how he actually felt about Nicki Minaj. So it's really weird when they say this is what Charlie would have wanted. Well, he was very clear about how he felt about Nicki Minaj and know that she shouldn't be a role model, right? I don't support either one of them. I'm not a fan of Nicki like that. I'm not a fan of Charlie and them, or none of them like that. But it's very obvious that Turning Point USA, they are finding ways to use what happened to Charlie Kirk to make more and more money. Like I said, one of the things that was stated that they have raised over they were able to get $100 million. That was after he died. So they're milking this for what they can as well. But Alex Jones knew what he was doing. Like I said, he got the call and he put out those videos to discredit Candace Owens, because if you can discredit them, smearing is one thing, that's one form of its own. But if you can discredit them, then the hope is that people will stop listening to them, and then they'll lose their influence and they'll fade away. But I think because TPUSA has shown itself to be so corrupt, I don't think everybody at this point in time, I don't think all of them care whether or not that's true or not. I think they just realize it's a corrupt organization and they want it to be taken down. And I think that's what Alex, he's saying that here, but I think that might have been a wake-up call for him.
I mean, she knows full well that when she sits there in the middle of this controversy and says, oh, I convinced Alex Jones, I'm like, what? That's all, like, I don't do my own thinking, and it's the perfect stereotype. As if Laura Loomer is telling me what to say and do. Meanwhile, I'm calling up defending Tucker Carlson to her. So I don't have to justify myself to anybody. I don't have a gossip show. I don't have a soap opera show. I'm trying to talk about big general policies, wake up the public to actual globalist operations we can stop. I'm trying to awaken humanity, stop the ESG, stop the carbon taxes, stop the social credit scores, stop the central bank digital currencies. I mean, that's all the real stuff. And Trump's not perfect, but overall, getting us out of the Paris Accords and securing the border and all that stuff, I'm happy about that. So I hold his feet to the fire when he's off course, but on the good stuff, I back him. Look at stuff Kennedy's doing. It's amazing. Tulsi Gabbard. And so
I'm sorry. Tulsi Gabbard isn't doing anything. RFK Jr. has faded into the background. Donald Trump is starting new wars, just striked Nigeria on Christmas evening. It's see what I'm saying? Like, oh, I still, he still support him though. Still support him.
I am trying to stabilize civilization. I'm trying to push for a global awakening to accelerate, and I'm trying to help people. And that's it. I mean, if I want to do dirty tricks like you guys do and wanted to spin stuff and be deceptive, I'd run circles around you. But at the end of the day, I need everybody really awake and really focus on real issues so we can save civilization and save society.
You're not going to save civilization and society as long as we continue to have these wars. Do you see the contradiction there? So this is what happened. So Alex Jones is making it very clear, at least from him, that Lord Loomer was not the one who told him what to do. But even if she was, it's not like he's going to come on here and tell you, yeah, she told me to do this. Look, the thing is, a call went out. People got the call. They answered the call and they decided to do what they were told. And the crazy part about all this is that you have someone like Lord Loomer, who again has a seat at the Pentagon as a journalist. And this woman is crazy. Like this woman is insane. And that's what's happening here, folks. Lord Loomer has been known to target people, especially conservatives, that are calling out Israel. So, of course, she was going to come after Candace. She's come after other people as well. But I got news for you. Based on that report that I saw, that side of that MAGA movement is starting to fade away. And I'm going to get into that report on Saturday because it is not good for TPUSA and for Erica Kirk. But yeah, this is a doozy, guys. This is a doozy. And I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it was a mistake for Candace to interview Mitch? Do you think this made things worse? Do you think it makes things better? Let me know what you think in the comments. In my opinion, I think at this point, it doesn't matter for a lot of people because they've already seen so much corruption from the organization and from the U.S. government. They can't trust the government. They can't trust the organization. A lot of people don't trust Erica. So I think at this point, it doesn't really matter for most people. But let me know what you think. Do you think that this has now created another issue, or do you think that people can get past it? Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.